Good morning, Team Infused Love. I am so excited to be here. For those of you that don't know me or are wondering who the heck this lady is that's in your group, my name is Jennifer Lopez Dorsey, and I am a gold leader in Ontario, Canada with Young Living Canada. And I'm just so excited to be here. So thanks to my friend Rebecca, who I met, I think it was just over a year ago now, or maybe longer, at the rally that we did in Toronto. And we really just connected and we stayed connected. And this is the great thing about attending events, you guys, is that you get to go and you get to meet other Oilers from all over the country and all over the world, really. And you get to make new friends. You can also support each other, and you do it because you care and you love each other. But I learned so much. I see Rebecca's on. Good morning, Rebecca. So today I'm going to talk to you about just some of my favorite products, and I'm probably going to talk really fast. I'm going to throw out some hints and tips about things as I've learned them along the way. So if you're watching this right now, maybe you're watching live or you're going to watch later, what I would encourage you to do is tag your team members below so that they can catch this, because the more you can learn, the better. And even if you've heard this stuff before, there's somebody out there that hasn't. There might be things that you learn along the way that you haven't heard either. So it's really cool, and I would love your feedback. So as I'm talking, all I see is me. So I really love to know that people are out there, they're watching, that you like what I'm saying. That encourages me, it gives me more energy. So give me a thumbs up or hearts. I really love that, and it really helps me as a speaker, just so you know where I'm coming from. So just a little bit about me. I am a mom of 4, and I'm married to a guy named Sean Patrick Dorsey, and we are fitness fanatics. So what I mean by that is I love fitness so much, and nutrition, and that whole healthy lifestyle, that I decided earlier this year to compete in my very first fitness competition. And I did that in May, and I did that totally fueled by Young Living supplements, and I actually took home first place. Yay! So that was really exciting for me. Hey Tanya, thanks for coming on. And it was such an incredible experience. I really wanted to do that because it was a bucket list thing for me more than anything. I always wanted to do it, just never thought I could. So I took a full year to prepare for that, and it just kind of happened. I met the right people that got me involved in the right things, and they guided and supported me all along the way. And then I used my Young Living supplements, which is amazing because now I can talk about them even more so than I could before. And I really want to inspire you to really dive into not just the oils. If you're just using the oils, that's amazing, and congratulations on taking that healthy lifestyle to the next step. But there's so much more in Young Living, and that's what I want to teach you. So you can't see it right now. What you see is a clean desk and office. Everything else around me is a mess, and I will not show you that because it's just complete chaos, but that's how I function. But I'm gonna show you supplements, and I'm gonna show you just some of my favorite products that you've probably heard of. I'm also gonna stay compliant in this, and that's another thing that's really important. So I know some of you are just using products, and some of you are actually sharing and doing it like a business. So if you hear me talk a little bit about the sharing and the business side, great. If that doesn't interest you, that's totally fine. But for those of you that are interested and are doing that, it's always helpful to hear it. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of that in as we go along. So I get up every morning, I get my kids ready for school. We start with oils. First thing I do, go to my diffuser. Who's with me? Who does this? Goes to your diffuser, put your favorite oil in, starts it, and then you're ready for the day. We love Peace and Calming. With 4 kids under the age of 12, it's extremely exciting. In my house in the morning, there's a lot of movement, a lot of things going on. I also have a dog. She's 17, so she loves the oils as well. But Peace and Calming is #1. Right now, Thieves is also #1. So my favorite diffuser blend for Thieves is Thieves and Lime. It actually smells like ginger ale, and that's a blend that my 12-year-old son Quentin came up with, which is hilarious. A little bit more about me, just so you know. I am trained in the raindrop technique. I'm also a reflexologist. I'm also a professional makeup artist and esthetician. So I ran a health and wellness spa out of my home for about 15 to 16 years. And I stopped doing that when I really dove into Young Living and decided that I wanted to do it like a business and share it. I got so busy with Young Living that I actually couldn't balance the two. So I decided to close that, which made a lot of my clients very unhappy because I had people coming from all over to come and see me. So eyebrows was my thing. I loved shaping and doing people's eyebrows. That was, people came from like over an hour away just to get their eyebrows waxed. It was really quite incredible. And but I love doing facials, and I just love pampering people, so, and taking care of them. But I had always used essential oils in my practice, and I always made my products from scratch as much as I could. So whenever you came in for a pedicure, pretty much every product that I used on you was handmade by me, infused with oils by me according to what you needed. So people would sit down and I would say, what do you need? What do you want to focus on? And they would say, you know, usually stress, aches and pains, just, you know, weight loss. Those were, you know, digestive. There was always those kinds of issues with people. So I would just kind of do my own research. I'm not an aromatherapist at all. I just do research and ask people about oils and see what they liked. And I just bought the stuff at the grocery store or at my health food store or my makeup and aesthetics supply store. They carried them too. And I didn't really think there was any difference between essential oils. And then, you know, I've been using them for about 13 years. And my girlfriend, who I worked with in another direct sales company, so I've been in direct sales for about 10 years. She started using Young Living, and I did some post or something one day on Facebook, and she saw it, but it was just a generalization post about essential oils. And so then she messaged me and she's like, do you use essential oils? I'm like, oh yeah, I use essential oils like almost every single day, especially on my clients. So that started the conversation of, have you ever tried Young Living? And then I was like, I don't want to have anything to do with this. I don't have time to research and blah, blah, blah. They're all the same. Well, then fast forward, like, I think it was like 6 or 12 months from there, I have this huge event that I do in my backyard. I call it Ladies Day Out, and I invite about 35 different businesses from my local area. So just so you guys know, I live in a little teeny tiny town with about 1,500 people, and we have 2 stoplights. So everybody pretty much knows everybody. It's small, but it's quaint, and it's a beautiful community, and people are just so awesome around here. And so I do this event just to support local business owners. So I was doing that for, and I love to host. I'm very social. So I did this event, and I actually had a company that starts with the letter G, if you know what I mean, supposed to have a booth because all my friends were using that product. So I was like, oh, that must be good. I'll have them here and people can learn about essential oils, mix it up a little. Well, that lady ended up canceling on me the night before the event, and I was like sitting here going, oh my gosh, I really want essential oils. Well, then my other friend who was using Young Living just happened to see it, just happened to message me and say, hey, I noticed you don't have an essential oils booth. Could I come and do it? I'm like, you live 2.5 hours away from my house. You actually, it starts tomorrow morning. You have to be set up by 10 a.m. You're willing to do that? She's like, absolutely, I will be there. And she totally came out. She set up. She sold 13 starter kits that day. And I said, you know you live really far away and we never get to see each other. Would you stay and teach me a little bit about it? Because I really would like to know the difference between oils. I've kind of heard you talking about it today. Long story short, she stayed. I bought the starter kit. I bought Believe oil, and I bought the, I forget what they're called, the lip brilliance, you know, with the lip gloss on one end and the roller ball on the other. And it was great. I loved it. I started using it, and I said to her, knowing that I was in direct sales and I actually really loved the business, I was doing it full time. She said, talked about sharing, and I was like, look, I don't have time for this. Please don't ever push me into the selling part. I am not interested in doing any of that. I just want to use it, maybe incorporate it into my spa. She's like, absolutely. And to this day, I can honestly say she has never, ever pushed me. So that's really important that, she just supported me in what I needed, kind of planted the seeds. But she was just being a friend and being helpful and doing what I needed. So that was awesome. And 6 months later, I got a kit into my brother's hand because he's always sick. My nieces and nephews are always sick. So he came over one night. We slathered them with Thieves. Cough and cold gone, by the next day, which was amazing. He calls me and he goes, what was that stuff you put on me? And I'm thinking, oh great, he's gonna say something bad about it. And I said, oh, it was this blend called Thieves. Why? What did you think? He's like, Jen, that stuff works and I want a case of it. He goes, I've never felt this good this fast. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Then my mom ended up purchasing a kit because we're like, mom needs this, mom and dad need this. And then one of my really good friends purchased a kit. And then the next month I get this check in the mail and I call my friend who enrolled me and I was like, I think Young Living messed up because they just mailed me money. She's like, no, Jen, you shared. So they want to say thank you for doing that and helping people. So they paid you for it. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Not thinking anything other than that was cool. I just paid for what I bought. Well, then a month later, my brother's like crazy research guy. So he's even more intense than I am and passionate about the healthy lifestyle. So, and he will research. He's like an walking encyclopedia, this guy. So he came to my office and sat down every single day for 1 week and said, let's do this. Let's do this. I feel we need to do this. There's nobody around here doing this. We need to educate. This is such an amazing product. I've been using it. I love it. And I kept saying, no, no, no. He got 7 no's from me in the course of a week. Meanwhile, he started like planting the seed. So I started doing research. I messaged my friend and I said, I'm actually thinking about doing this as a business. Give me the good, the bad, the ugly. I want you to be completely honest. And there really was nothing bad. There really was nothing bad about it. And because we had worked together previously in another direct sales company, it was really easy for her to say, well, you know how we do it here? This is how Young Living's actually a little bit better. And they really are. When I compare Young Living to other direct sales companies, oh my gosh, we have it so good. Like we have compression. There's no minimums. We don't have any of that stuff that like a Tupperware company would have or something, you know? So I found that very, very intriguing and enticing. And so, yeah, day 7, he comes and he sits down. He's like, did you do research? Did you look into it? And I was like, I promised you I would look into it. And you said if I looked into it and I didn't like it, you would leave me alone. He's like, absolutely. And I said, well, it looks good and I want to support you in this. So yeah, let's do it. I don't know in what capacity, but I will definitely help you. And he was so excited. So that was 3 years ago. Within about 6 months, I decided to host a class. And I guess I had been talking about it more than I realized, which I'm sure you guys can totally appreciate because it's probably happening to you. You organically talk about it. Just like, you know, there's this restaurant that this friend of mine owns in a city nearby that my husband and I love. It's this little hole in the wall. His mom, they're Italian. His mom makes the gnocchi by hand. His dad's always behind the bar serving drinks to people. It's got this really cozy, cool feeling. Like you feel like you're at their house and they're serving you this beautiful food that they've made with love. They have this beautiful brick oven pizza stove over on the side. It's just a really good, comfortable, beautiful atmosphere. You know, you sit and you have supper for 2 hours. There's no rush. There's no push out the door, and they just make you feel like you're their family. And I tell everybody about Speakeasies. That's the name of this restaurant because it's such an awesome place. And I tell them, not because I'm making money on it, but I tell them because I actually genuinely love it, and I love the feel and the people that run it. So just like that, I was talking about oils. Oh my gosh, I used this oil. It was so good. So what was the first oil I fell in love with? Stress Away. I'm sure you guys can relate. So when I got started, Stress Away was actually in the premium starter kit, which was awesome. And I wore it every day for perfume, and I just loved how it made me feel inside. If you guys are here, let me know. Give me a hello, or tag somebody, or give me a heart or a thumbs up so I know you're here, because I can see there's a whole bunch of you on. I just want to know that this is good and you like what I'm saying. So I have been telling a lot of people. So I asked my friend Christina, would you come down and would you help me do this class? Because I don't know enough to teach it, and maybe you can teach me and then I could do some. And she's like, absolutely. She came down and I had 32 people show up in my backyard that day, which was incredible to me. Now, this is what really got me. Out of the 32 people that attended my class, 32 people purchased. I've never seen that happen before. And then she said, you know, if you guys are interested in sharing and kind of learning more about it, because I know Jen and Mike are, if you want to stay, we'll talk about that too. She was in from out of town. Why not? So out of the 32 people, I had 17 of them stay. And to this day, fast forward 3 years, 3 years, they're all still in my organization, and they're all still using the product, and some of them are sharing. Most of them are still sharing. That, to me, those numbers speak volumes. So my point is, I just want you to know is, even if you think maybe you don't want to share, just know the opportunity is there, and you can do it in whatever capacity you want. My account's just like everybody else's. The only difference is I want to share with as many people as I can because I know how life-changing this product is, because it really has changed our life. Last night I ran this really big, beautiful event. Our organization has grown to be so big that I can't really host these things in my house anymore. So I've now started renting the local hotel, and we had about 55 people come out last night, which was awesome. And we just had people get up and tell their stories, and it was just so incredible to see how many lives have been changed by this. So let's get into the products. So now you know a little bit about me. And I am in off season right now, but my husband and I are training, and we're going to be doing our very first competition together next spring. So we're giving ourselves a year to train, and we're going to be doing it fully fueled by Young Living supplements. So I'm going to talk about Canadian market products because I want to stay compliant, but just know you guys have access to NFR products. So NFR stands for not for resale, which is the American market. So we can purchase those things. I am definitely on Essential Rewards. If you guys are on Essential Rewards, let me know. I want to hear it, because if you're not, you seriously need to consider it. Essential Rewards is such an amazing program. I also refer to it as my monthly wellness box, because every single month I'm choosing products that I absolutely love, making my own little box, and it comes to my door every single month, and I love it. So I do one on the Canadian side, and I do one for personal use on the American side. So I do use a lot of supplements and products on the American side that I'm not going to talk about today, but as they start getting introduced into the Canadian market, we can start talking about them more on a public platform. But just know, don't get discouraged by that kind of stuff, because Young Living Canada is working so hard to get products over to the Canadian market, and they're really awesome because we have things that no other country has. Number one, we can say words like cough and cold, arthritis, headache. Other countries can't say those words, so they're always like really jealous that we can say those things. We have natural health products, and we have, by the end of the year, we should have almost 80 to 90 natural health products in Canada alone, which is amazing. And a lot of them are in the premium starter kit, so that just makes sharing that much easier. So get to know that stuff. If you're not really sure what you can say and where to look for that, if it's on the website, you can say it. Whatever language they've used is there. If it's in our awesome product guide, guys, that product guide's phenomenal. Get to know it, thumb through it every day, read it. There's lots of great info in there. You can use it in your classes or to share product with people. And also, if you go into your virtual office, there's actually a section under member resources called NHP Tools, and it's got all the information about all of our NHPs in there, our natural health products. So on that note, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my day. So I wake up, I do what I call intermittent fasting, which just basically means is I don't start eating in my day until about 1 or 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And you might be thinking that's insane. And it's actually not. So I did a lot of research about it for about 10 months before I started doing it. And basically what it is I eat the same amount of food I normally do, except I just eat it at a different time of the day. So when you wake up, you probably have breakfast. I don't have breakfast. My breakfast doesn't start till about 1 or 2. So when I wake up, if you're having breakfast, great. Incorporate this with your breakfast. You can use the oils, get them in the diffuser, put them on, take your supplements. So I take a lot of supplements from Young Living, but I've researched them and I've started slowly. So number one, Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red is an antioxidant powerhouse. There is actually a video about Ningxia Red that when I'm done here, I will post the link for you guys to watch, or you can go over to YouTube and just Google or search Ningxia Red Young Living, and it's probably the first video that pops up. It was actually created by Young Living. It's about 3.5 minutes long, and it just tells you a little bit about the wolfberry and what it's infused with and where it comes from, and it's really incredible. So in doing research, I love doing a lot of research about stuff because I want to be able to talk about it and I want to have the knowledge for myself. But Ningxia Red is probably I think it's the best antioxidant drink on the market. Where in the world could you drink 1 ounce of this stuff and have the equivalent of all these amazing things like eating 800 blueberries, 24 oranges, 55 pounds of almonds, 50 pounds of spinach, like all this amazing goodness for your body. So this is kind of like my multi-everything that I take. I actually take 4 to 6 ounces a day. And the reason I do that is because it makes me feel my best. So when I first started doing Ningxia Red, it took a lot of persuasion from my friends. The ones that were taking it kept saying to me, Jen, you got to drink this stuff. It is so good. You wouldn't even believe how good I feel. I sleep better. I think better. I just feel better. I don't feel like I'm in a cloud every day, like I'm foggy brained. I have energy. I feel great. And those things are really important to me. So I drink it out of the packets and I drink it out of the bottle. My favorite package to get for Ningxia Red every single month is the Essential Reward Premium Kit. That you can't get it unless you're on Essential Rewards. It's actually the cheapest way to get Ningxia. It works out to be about $1.43 an ounce. So for me, it's about the same amount as that Starbucks coffee I was no hesitation going to buy every day, and instead of doing that now, I'm drinking my Ningxia. So if I want to drink a coffee, instead of buying it, I will take it with me, and I put my money into my body for healthy things. So I really need to get off the coffee. I need to get my Ningxia Zing going, because that's amazing. So Ningxia Zing and Ningxia Juice mixed together is a great pre-workout. You can take that. But I really love the Ningxia. So I gave myself a full year and I committed to taking it for that long. Whenever you start taking a supplement, it's really important that you give it an honest try. So I always tell people, give it 90 days. Take it consistently as it's directed on the package, or if you've done your research and you're trying different ways, maybe somebody that like my friends come to me because they know I know a lot about supplements, so they ask me what should they do, and I'll just kind of tell them what I do, and then they've got to do their own research and figure out for them what's best. But I was taking 1 ounce a day. And then every time the season would change, I would stop taking it just to see how my body would feel. And oh my gosh, I couldn't even get through that week. I would start taking it like 2 or 3 days later because I just felt sluggish and I didn't sleep as well. And that's the best way to explain it, is I just didn't feel as great as I knew I could. So now I do 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces in the afternoon, and sometimes I do 2 more ounces in the evening or midday, just to give me that boost and make me feel fantastic. So I'm also deficient in iron, and when I did a lot of research, I found that there were things in this that could actually help me with that. So there was a lot of things I was taking before that this has now replaced. So really do your research, and this is great for my kids, this is great for my husband, it's great for me, it's great for everybody. So no matter what age you are, this is something you can give them. Now, a cute little tip about this is throw it in the freezer, you rip the top off, now you've got a great freezie. So if your kids love freezies and you really don't want them to have the sugar, this is what you want for sure. And when you're not feeling so great, maybe double your dosage for that day, and it'll just help you get through. So if you drink Ningxia, I want to know. I'm not seeing anything, so I don't know if you guys are, if it's my phone or if let me just see, I've got my Facebook up on my computer too. I am live in here because I can see you guys, but I cannot see any of if you're giving me any hearts or anything like that. So I apologize. I'm not seeing comments, but I see them now on my Facebook. Yeah, Zing is out of stock currently. And what's that tell you? When things go out of stock, pay attention to that, because that means it's something that's really good and people love it. So I always focus on that. If something's out of stock, as soon as it comes back in, if I've never tried it, I get it. The other thing I did was, yeah, Rebecca does 4 to 6 ounces too. The other thing that I did until I got all the products, because now I own everything that Young Living makes. I mean, everything. Even the stuff we can't get. That's why you got to go to convention, because then you get to go to the store at convention and you can buy the things that you can't order online. And I tried everything. So when I did my Essential Rewards, every month I would order 1 or 2 things that were on my wish list and slowly try them. So now at the end of the year, I can say, hey, I've tried 12 to 24 new products, and now I can talk about them. Some of them I love and I use every day, and some of them I use occasionally. Some of them don't apply to me, but at least I've tried them and I can talk about them. Okay, then the other supplements that I love, I always tell people, start with Ningxia. The next most important thing is your guts. The guts are the brains to your body. We now have Life 9 in Canada. I'm so excited. I love probiotics. It's so important to take a good probiotic. This, in my opinion, is one of the best, if not the best, I've ever used. With probiotics, I could always really tell a difference. If I switched to a different brand and I started taking it and I wasn't visiting the washroom as much, or I was feeling bloated, or wasn't feeling as good in my stomach, then I knew it wasn't the right one for my body. And we all react differently. So Life 9 is amazing. It has 9 strands of bacterial cultures in it, which is where the name comes from. It used to be called Life 5, and now it's Life 9 because they've added 4 more strands. It's the only probiotic I've ever seen in a time-release capsule. So what that means is when you take that, it's actually going to go down into your stomach, into your colon, and your intestines, and it's going to release it in the appropriate area so that your body can absorb the most of its goodness. You want to make sure that you take this around your food. So I think on this bottle, it actually says to take 1 capsule every night following a meal or as needed. So I do it a little different. I double up. I have a lot of intestinal issues and digestive issues. So I love probiotics, and my body loves when I fuel it with even more. So I actually take first thing in the morning when I have no food in my body, I take two caplets then, and then right before bed when I haven't eaten for probably 2 to 3 hours and my stomach is empty, I take another 2 capsules. You don't have to do that, but at least 1 capsule a day. So if you remember more so in the morning, do that. If you remember more so at night before bed, then do that. It's, you know, it's better to take it than not to take it at all if you forget, right? So, but it's important not to take it with food, because if you take it with food, your body actually won't absorb it. It's going to absorb more of the food that you're feeding it at that moment. The other thing that I love is that our products are infused with essential oils. What does that mean? That means that your body is being cleaned at a cellular level, so it's going to actually be able to absorb more of the supplement, which is great. And Young Living, it's got 17 billion cultures. Young Living actually guarantees that at the time of expiry, it still has 16.8 billion cultures that are alive. I don't know other probiotics, like people take probiotics that have 80 billion cultures, and that's fine, but how many of them are actually still alive by the time you get it home and into your fridge? I don't know. I can't say, but I know Young Living guarantees that, so that makes me feel good. I trust Young Living. If you guys have ever been to the warehouse in Utah, oh my gosh, get your butts there. You can see all of the equipment, you can meet all of the scientists, the lab technicians, the doctors, all those people that Gary has on staff. It's truly incredible. There's billions and billions of dollars worth of equipment there, and it is unbelievable. So we actually have Canadian Convention is coming up next year. It will be happening in the fall. They have not released any other details, but start saving now. If you know you want to go to that, you probably have to save about, it depends where it is. If you have to fly in, you're obviously going to have to spend a little bit more money. I remember when I went to the first Canadian Convention 2 years ago, it was in Calgary, and it was about $600 for me to fly in from Ontario. And I will tell you, I did buy my ticket within that month leading up to it. So the earlier you buy your ticket, the cheaper it is. But going to convention, the ticket's really reasonable. And you know, you might want to buy products when you're down there. So budget between $1,000 to $2,000 for that trip. I'm very frugal, so I will go to a restaurant and I will order a salad and get them to make extra food, and I will put it in the fridge, or I'll go to the grocery store and I'll buy food. I even pack canned tuna and different snacks like that, so when I get down there, I'm not spending as much money. So there's different ways you can do it, but if you know you want to go, figure out how many premium starter kits you have to sell to get there, okay, or share. So just, you know, anybody can make it there. Just start saving now if you know you want to go. You have a full year to save for that. We also have the American Convention. Yesterday at 5 p.m. they actually released 10,000 more tickets. I haven't heard yet. They're probably sold out by now. I'm not sure, but I would go on and check. The benefit of going to the convention in the United States is that you get to go to the farm and you get to go to the warehouse. So those are options for you. It is a game changer. Get yourself to the farm. I've been to the farm 3 times now. It's unbelievable. You learn so much, and it just gives you a greater sense and appreciation for what Young Living truly is. And get your spouse and your family there. So next year we are going to the American Convention. I'm bringing my 4 children and my husband, and my kids will get to experience the farm for the first time. I actually was at the Gold Retreat with my husband this year, and it was incredible. He got to see it, and it was just for him life-changing. And we are an almost platinum team, and hopefully it's going to happen in the next little bit. And as soon as we hit platinum, I'm actually going to be retiring Sean from building custom homes. That's his full-time job, and he's going to come into the business with me full-time. And I absolutely love spending time with him. We work really well together. My kids are gearing up. My son believes that he will be the youngest Royal Crown Diamond in Young Living history. That's his goal. So that's pretty awesome. So Life 9, love it. The next one I would say is the Omega Gize. Omega Gize, again, these are natural health products, and you know that because it says on it, but you can also see that in your virtual office. And this one is great because I call it a 3-in-1. In order for your body to absorb omegas, it actually needs to be paired up with D3 and CoQ10. And this actually has both of those in there. So it's more of a 3-in-1. It's really great. Now, I've never gotten that fishy, burpy feeling from it. When you smell it, it is a little fishy. I've taken way worse. If you find that you are getting those burps, like Sean feels like he does get more of those fishy burps than I do, it's because it's oxidizing. So maybe you're keeping it in an area that's warmer, like by a stove or near a window. So just throw it in the fridge, and that will stop the oxidization, and it will really cut down, if not eliminate those fishy burps for you. But this is fantastic. I love they even tell you what kind of fish it's from. It's from tilapia, which I eat almost every single day because I absolutely love that fish. So really good for brain function, and it is super important for you to take omegas every single day. So that's another one that I love and adore and take every day. Now, Super B, because no one wants to be an average bee, right? I love Super B. My 11-year-old daughter, who is going through the hormones of becoming a woman, this is my lifesaver with her. Now, if you're at beauty school, you heard me talk about this. It really works. I know even for me, it makes me feel zen. It makes me feel calm. It gives me energy and just so, so good. So we both take this every day. Sean takes this. My little guys will probably start getting into taking this. B vitamins are so vital for your body. Your body just doesn't produce them. So it's really important that you're taking your Super B. And they don't really have much of a smell. They kind of smell like a vitamin, but that's what they look like. My little yellow happy pill is what I call it. So Super B. Next, I cannot live without my Sulfurzyme. Who takes Sulfurzyme? I'm sure many, many of you take it. So it's really, really good. Again, natural health product. This has MSM in it, which, do any of you suffer with runny nose? And I don't mean because you're sick or you have a cold. I'm saying just and no allergies, your nose naturally runs. Mine was like a tap that never shut off. MSM is known to help get rid of that. And so I have found that Sulfurzyme has actually helped with that runny nose syndrome. I don't actually know the technical term, that's what I call it. But Sulfurzyme, how they describe it, it says to take 2 capsules 2 times a day with food. So I actually take it 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. Sulfurzyme on the American side also comes in a powder form, and I do really like that one because it tastes good. I think it tastes good. So I do that with my BCAAs in the morning, but it helps relieve joint pain associated with osteoarthritis, and it's great for your antioxidant power. Antioxidants, which you get major antioxidants in your Ningxia and in your Sulfurzyme, they're important because you have all these just crazy toxins in your body, and it doesn't matter how healthy you are, how healthy you eat, if you're organic, if you exercise, there are toxins all around us. So it's really, really important that we're fighting off those toxins, and antioxidants are so important for your just everyday body functions to feel your best. Okay, the other supplement that I love is Comfort Tone. Now, Comfort Tone, I don't take this every single day, but I really love it for the times where maybe I'm feeling bloated or I'm feeling just intestinally not so great. Maybe I've eaten something that doesn't agree with me. Maybe I haven't visited the washroom as often as I would like to on that day. So I love Comfort Tone. And I'm going to tell you a little story. When I went to convention, so many germs, right? So many germs in the airplanes, in the hotels. By the time we got to our hotel room, I was cramping up. I called home. All my kids had the flu. They were vomiting. So I was like, great, this is the start of it. I couldn't get out of the fetal position. So I got off the plane, into the car, into the hotel, and laid on my bed for like 5 hours. Just not feeling well at all. The next day I woke up still not feeling great. I had been drinking Ningxia. I was like tripling up on my dosage of that. I was taking everything that I had, doubling up on everything. Went to the warehouse, grabbed myself a bottle of Comfort Tone. I took, I think, probably 6 to 8 caplets throughout the day with lots of water. And by nighttime, I was back to normal. That is my lifesaver. So I keep that on hand all the time. Again, don't take it every single day. You could, but I don't think it's necessary to do that. Just take it as needed. That's how I do it. Now, what else do I love? Oh, I love that they just came out with this in Canada. I've had mine for a while. So this is the little travel pack. They come in, I think, 4 or 5 different colors, and this is really great. So you know what's coming in November, right? You know what product's coming? We're getting Vitality. So if you want to know what's coming, then you can look in our, I think our virtual office says, but This thing is so amazing for your caplets, to make your own little caplets out of your Vitality line. That is amazing. So that comes in there. You can slip that inside. This comes out. So this is, I love that it's really big. It fits all of my supplements. And guys, I take a lot. So when I'm traveling, that is definitely a lifesaver. And then it's got little rings here that you can put your 5 ml bottles in. I mean, you can even shove a couple more in there. If you don't want to use it as a pill case, take that out and then you can use it as an oil case. It's really great. So I love that. I travel with it all the time. It's very, very handy. It zips up, and then it even has a zipper here that opens up. And I put my business card in there just in case I ever lose it. And people know you can put anything in there, really. It could even be like a wallet. That would be cool. I just thought of that. That could be your wallet. And I love using things that are branded by Young Living because it sparks the conversation, right? Have you guys tried einkorn? So you want to eat some healthy lunch? I'm not a big pasta eater, but I like this stuff. When you eat einkorn, ancient einkorn is amazing. It's not heavy on your system. Your body really digests it very easily, and it tastes so good. So one of my favorite ways to make this is, I have this spaghetti as well. When I'm doing the spaghetti, I make zoodles. So that's where you take zucchini noodles and you have like, it looks like a pencil sharpener, and you sharpen them and then you get your zucchini noodles. So I saute that after I cooked my pasta. I put it all into a frying pan, a little bit of coconut oil, some garlic, maybe some pesto or some cilantro, any kind of spices that you like, really. And I just kind of saute that so all the flavors kind of go together, and my kids eat it. So now they're getting healthy grains, they're getting their vegetables. And I am not, I'm not allergic to gluten and wheat, but I have an intolerance to it, definitely, because every time I eat it, my stomach balloons out. I feel horrible. I sleep terribly. So I don't get that with this. Now, I do have friends that are celiac that avoid this because it does have, I think, less than 1% of gluten in it, or wheat, because it is part of the wheat family. However, be extremely careful if you are allergic to gluten. That's something you might want to do some more research on. Maybe there's people in here that are gluten intolerant or celiac that can say they've tried it and what their experience was. Just be very careful with that if that's your condition. But everybody else, I mean, it tastes so good, and it's a very good price. Like one of these bags feeds my family for a meal, and we usually have leftovers. So that's pretty good. And I can't remember how much these cost. I want to say it's under $10. It's like probably $7 or $8. And for me, that's amazing because when I'm buying other pastas that I think are healthy in the grocery store, they're about the same price. And then I do my research and they're actually not as good as you think they are. So that's pretty interesting. So then I go to the gym, I come home, and what do I want to do? I want to wash my hair. So I love, this is my favorite pair. I do lavender mint daily shampoo, and I pair it up with Copaiba Vanilla Moisturizing Conditioner. So there is the conditioner and shampoo that pairs up with these two, lavender and Copaiba, but I love these two together. This conditioner is the best conditioner I have ever used, and I have used a lot of conditioners, and guys, I have a lot of hair. My daughter's hair is even longer and even thicker. This stuff, a little bit, and your hair is just like, I can literally run my fingers through my hair, which is really hard to do when you have long curly hair. I've straightened it today, but when you have long curly hair and you try to run your fingers through it, even with other conditioners, you're like getting stuck and it hurts. With this stuff, it's literally, I put it on, I get it right down into my scalp, and I can do that. Now, I actually only wash my hair once a week. I know, it's crazy. I worked up to that, but I used to do the No Poo shampoo, which I don't know if you're familiar with that. You can Google what it is. But my hair is probably 90% dry shampoo. And I make my own. When you have dark hair, you can do cornstarch. And if you have blonde hair, that's fine. But dark hair, it makes me look old and gray because in here it looks all white. So I throw a little bit of cocoa powder in there. And then, yes, I do. Totally. I love it. And then I will throw my favorite oils in there. So bergamot, geranium, rosemary, copaiba, just any of those oils are fantastic for your hair. I'll put that in there, and then I just I went to the dollar store and I got one of those, I'll show you, one of these shakers that I think is for Parmesan cheese, actually, but it has the bigger holes on the top. So this one has cornstarch that I use when I wax. But you could totally put it in there, infuse it with your oils, and now you've got dry shampoo, which is awesome. Really, really easy. And yeah, so here's my favorites for shampoo and conditioner. Now, you might not think of that, right? Eliminating chemicals and toxins out of your home. You might think cleaning chemicals, which yes, you want to do that, but you got to also think about the things you put on your skin. Your skin's your largest organ, and it's going to absorb 60% of what you put on it. And within 2 to 3 minutes, anything it's touched gets absorbed into your body and has gone through your entire system. When you breathe things in, within 26 seconds of breathing in a chemical, it's detected in every single organ of your body. So it's really important that whatever you're breathing in, you're putting on your skin, and you're ingesting is as natural as possible, and it's made from the best source possible with the best process. So we have Seed to Seal. That is what sold me on Young Living, hands down. And now I've seen it in real life, and it's really, truly an amazing thing. So you can go to www.seedtoseal.com to learn more about that. Speaking of what you breathe in, Thieves Cleaner, oh my gosh, probably the best invention ever. I love Thieves. I use everything Thieves. Fruit and veggie soak, super important. Even if you're eating organic, you got to do that. And I also have the spray that I take with me. So if I'm going to eat an apple, sometimes I grab an apple from the grocery store when I'm out and about. I spray that. My friend actually, on her baby soother, she uses the fruit and veg spray. So if it falls and hits the ground, she'll just spray it with that, kind of wipe it off, and then sticks it back in her mouth. And her daughter loves it. She just sucks on her soother like crazy afterwards. But it comes in the big size and it comes in the spray, so love that. But the Thieves Cleaner, this is what I do. I give this to everybody because I want them to try it. This bottle, the bottle cost, it's from the dollar store, $1.25, and it's okay to use plastic with this because it's diluted, okay? And I buy the bottles that are BPA free. So this is $1.25. I put a cap full in it. So when I buy it in the big size like this, which lasts forever, you put a cap full in there, that's now cost me $2. So whenever I have somebody that enrolls, I give them one to try right away because I want them to try it. Or all my friends and my family, I've given them all bottles. My cousin details, his business is detailing and cleaning cars for a living. So I got him to clean my car, and he used all Thieves. I gave him all the Thieves, and he loved it. It smelled great, it cleaned great, and he's not exposed to chemicals, so that was wonderful. But yeah, Thieves, killing it since the 18th century or the 15th century, right? That's a little label I put on it at home here. So, but that's really easy, in 500 ml of water. And if it's really dirty, like the bathrooms, I like to put 2 capfuls in there because my boys miss the toilet all the time. It's like pee confetti everywhere. And we use a ton of coconut oil in the shower. I cover my whole body every day after a shower, during my shower, and it just moisturizes, and I infuse it with essential oils, which is even better. You can shave with it, you can moisturize with it. It's so good. And getting that coconut oil off is really challenging. So the Thieves Cleaner gets it off. It is awesome. I'll even put a cap full of this in the toilet, mix it around, let it sit, do all the other cleaning, come back, and it's just a quick wipe, and it's beautiful. I also use this for pre-treating stains on my clothes. Never discolors my clothes, ever once has it done that. And if you know, girls, the yoga pants, when you get that disgusting stench because you've left them wet too long or they didn't dry properly or whatever that smell is, like, I don't know what it is about yoga pants, especially when you're wearing expensive yoga pants and that happens. It's heartbreaking because you think, oh my gosh, I can never wear these again. Thieves to the rescue. So I actually do hot tap water with 1 capful of Thieves Cleaner. I soak the clothes, and then I'll come back and rinse them, throw them right into the washing machine. I'll throw a little bit more in with my Thieves laundry soap, and boom, the smell's gone, and it's fantastic. These bottles I have everywhere, under every sink, in my cars, in my laundry room, everywhere. So I also love it. Is this not working? This is brand new, this one. I even love it for my throat. When I'm feeling a little discomfort, it's awesome. If you have clothes, look, I'm just gonna spray myself. I love it so much. If you have clothes that are a little stuffy, it's great. If you're using Febreze in your house right now, stop and switch because it's so, so good. The other thing, so at our DIY last night, our class, we made dryer sheets. We also have dryer balls now with Young Living, and it comes in a pack of 4, and it comes with a bottle of Purification. So my favorite oils in the dryer would be Purification, Lemon, Thieves, Joy, what else do we have out there? Lavender. I have all these different oils. You guys know there's this company, I want to show you this really quick. It's called oilclip.com, and they make these really cool oil clips with this really strong magnet. Now, you're not supposed to have magnets around oils, but there's kind of a barrier in between there with the plastic, so I think that's okay. And it just, your bottles, your 15 and your 5 mil click into there. You guys see that? You see that oil? Who's got that oil? Loyalty, best smelling oil ever. This is exclusive to Canadians. When you're on 12 months of Essentia Rewards, they give you a bottle. And guys, you can't buy this, so when I use it, I appreciate it. Oh, it's the best smell ever, ever, ever. And I love the color of the label. Do you know our label colors associate with your chakras? So that's like your what is it called? Oh my gosh, now I forget. Your third, your throat, or your heart chakra is the purple. So I love that. And I actually love applying oils everywhere, all over my chest, my throat, and actually my stomach is one of my favorite places to apply them. But if you want to make dryer sheets, so I went to Value Village. I love Value Village. If I'm not wearing Young Living, most of my clothes are coming from Value Village, because I really believe in reducing, reusing, and recycling. It's really important to me. And it's crazy the amount of stuff people buy. Anyways, that's a whole nother topic for another day. But I will go in there and I'll find really beautiful sheets like these that people have just donated, gotten rid of. And I buy them, I bring them home, I wash them I soak them in my Thieves cleaner, and then I wash them in my Thieves laundry soap, which, by the way, is so amazing, safe for your machine, smells great, and it actually gets stains out and keeps our clothes clean. It is so good. This bottle gives you 66 loads, I think, or 64 loads. High efficiency, you're literally using, for a high efficiency machine, a quarter of that cup. It's nothing. I sometimes can even get away with less if it's a smaller load. But anyways, so I will go and cut up dryer sheets. So I cut sheets like about this big, I don't know, 6 by 6 or something like that. And then I mix half vinegar, half water. I throw in about 10 drops of my favorite oil. You can mix and match or just do one oil, and put my sheets in there. And then when it's time to go and put them into the dryer, I literally just pull it out like this, and I don't even squeeze it out, and I just throw it on top of the load, and then it runs, and it helps the load so much. So the vinegar helps with, it's like a fabric softener kind of feeling almost, where it just makes your clothes like nice and soft. If you have static issues, a little tip is just get a big sheet of tinfoil, crumple it into a ball, and throw it into your dryer and just leave it in there. And it won't wreck your machine, but it totally gets rid of all your static. And when that ball of tinfoil starts falling apart, it takes a bit for that to happen. But when it does, it's recyclable. So you just throw it in your recycling bin. Easy peasy, done and done. So, and I also use the dryer balls too. I like the sheets because I like the vinegar, but then I'll also take one dryer ball and I'll throw some oil on it and throw it in there, and boom, good to go. So really easy, but love that. What else do I love? Oh, guys, being an esthetician, can I just tell you right now, this is amazing. I absolutely love the Art Skincare line. So I use this every single day. I like using this at night. Some people do it in the morning, but I really love, I do the cleanser first, then the toner, then the light moisturizer. Now the moisturizer is very light. So if you're like me and you have super dry skin, this sometimes is not enough for me. So I will pair it up with the Art serum, which I love. But now, you know what I've started using is the coconut lime shea body butter that we just got. It's so good on my face. It's a blend of shea butter and coconut oil that's kind of whipped. It's infused with lime. It smells like a mojito. It's so good, or a margarita. And I put that on my face, and I will sometimes pair it up with the moisturizer, but these are always in my bathroom and I absolutely love them. In the morning when I'm in the shower is when I use these guys. So Orange Facial Blossom, really thin, really light, foams a little bit, but not too much, which is nice. The consistency of it reminds me of Cetaphil, except it's more of a cleanser, so it does foam a little bit, but it's a botanical based, and it's so good for your body, for your skin. And then the satin facial scrub. This stuff is really nice. It's mild. It's not a huge abrasive feeling on your skin. So when you're doing your skin, it's really important whenever you apply something or you're cleaning it, make sure you get right up into your hairline, get all the way back. I sometimes even do in my ears, behind my ears, jawline, everything. So when I'm scrubbing, like right in here and right in here and here, I get really dry. And then the rest of it's kind of oily. Like I have mixed skin. So I scrub really, really good, and you want to do all the way down into your décolleté. It's really important. I even do right behind here. How many women have you seen in their 80s? Their face looks amazing from here up, from here down. That's where you can tell their age, right? Because they've probably only ever applied things on their face. So it's really important you do the whole thing. So wherever you see your shirt kind of fall, you know, if you have your hair up, think of those things. And then whatever's left over, I do elbows and backs of hands. Always. If you want to know somebody's true age, look at the back of their hand or look at their neck because they probably haven't applied things right. So at beauty school, we did this photo facial. It was really amazing where they took a picture of your face and they were able to see the blood flow and they were able to see sun damage. I've never had this done. It was really cool. So blood flow, my face was great. I had lots of blood flow to my lips, to my cheeks, to my eyes, everywhere where I needed to be. Sun damage was actually not too bad, but where I did have a little bit of sun damage, which I can totally fix, is right up here in my hairline, a little bit on my nose, a little bit here around my eyes, and then a little bit just around my lips. So then I went back to my room and I went Facebook Live, and I actually on camera, I was applying, I'm like, I want to see how I apply my moisturizer and my SPF creams that I use. Like I love the mineral sunscreen. You guys can even apply that if you're not wearing makeup or you need that extra protection from the sun. You can totally put a little bit of that on your face, mix it in with your moisturizer and put that on. But I realized when I did it, I was just kind of doing this. I wasn't actually getting into my hairline and I was missing those spots. So now with my scrub, I go in and I will do an extra little scrub in those areas. I'm careful around my eyes because under your eyes and around your eyes is the most delicate skin. So you really, when you're putting moisturizer on or you're doing toner, you do not need to put it on the skin around your eyes because it's so delicate. Just a little bit of water with your hands is enough, but everywhere else you want to apply that stuff. So you could do this maybe once or twice a week. You can do it every day. If your skin's really tough and you can handle it, that's great. But I know for my skin, I usually do it about once a week and that's good enough for me. What else was I going to tell you? There was something else I had here. Where did it go? Sheer Lumet, okay? So this is something new I'm starting to use. And this, any of those spots or those problems I had that came off of that scan I had done, that facial scan, this is actually going to correct it. So the best way to use this stuff is, oh, it smells so good. It smells like the Amaranth exclusive oil that we got as a gift at beauty school. So if you guys were there in your bag, you can put a drop of that in your moisturizer and it's so good. Oh, I just love it so much. I take a little scoop of that, mix it with my moisturizer or my coconut butter that I was using, my Young Living, and that really helps. Really helps. Like, makes you look younger, gives you that beautiful glow. It's just so wonderful. So I'm looking at my skin right now. I think it looks pretty darn good. I think it looks pretty good. And I'm so excited in December because you know what we're getting in December, people? And we're getting this before any other country other than the United States because we have an amazing general manager, Lori Berger, here in Canada who has really pushed for this. The makeup. And I have it and I love it. I love it so much. So being a professional makeup artist, I cannot wait to start sharing that with our members and talking about it because it's so good. I have used so many makeups. I have tried everything out there and I stick to the natural stuff that doesn't have the toxins. And this by far is the healthiest, best stuff I've ever used. I'm not just saying that because I'm sharing and I'm selling products. I'm always honest. If there's something I don't like, I will be honest about it. It just so happens I love everything that Young Living produces because they're just the best. But it's going to be infused with Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood. And it's going to be the only makeup on the market that actually has that And the cool thing is Mary Young puts a drop of that in her moisturizer on her face every single day. So they thought, why not put it in the makeup for everybody to enjoy? That's amazing. I'm just so excited about that. The other thing I love, if you haven't tried them already, Thieves Mints. Not only are you getting the benefit of the Thieves in there, but it is so good. And you know what I love? 0 calories. I also love 0 sugar. I also love that it has 0 sodium. So when I'm fasting during the day and I'm not eating any food, I can have those. It's totally fine. I can have non-calorie drinks and non-calorie mints, and it's awesome. I also love, final thing I'm going to talk about, because I've almost been on here for an hour and I need to go, the raindrop technique kit. So even if you don't know how to do the raindrop technique, this is still the best cost-effective way to get your hands on 2 of my favorites, V6 and Ortho Ease gel or massage oil, and get Valor in there and basil and wintergreen and all those awesome oils. So cost-effective, it's actually the best way to get it. When I do the raindrop technique on someone, I can get about 4 treatments out of a box, and then I'm left with about half and half left over of these guys. And you can even do it on yourself. So it actually, there's videos online, and I think it might actually come with a DVD in there, but you can do this, just not on your back, do it on the bottom of your feet. So you layer the oils in a specific order. So what this does is it's going to clean all the toxins out of your body, not just the physical toxins that we're talking about, like flushing out, also the mental and emotional toxins that you might be carrying around. So that's incredible. There's an entire feelings line with Young Living. That is my husband's jam. He loves it. So we actually do classes and workshops where we teach people how to work through their fears, how to overcome resentments and sadness and loss and all those feelings using the oils. They're not a cure, and they're not the, everything you need, but they're going to help you during that process to feel the best you can feel and to work through those things. So we have quite a lot of them in Canada. They're really amazing. We absolutely love them. So Abundance is probably my top 5 favorite oils of all time. It's in my kitchen. I already put it on this morning. I wear that every single day. A little hint is you can actually you can put a drop in your paint. So if you're going to paint your room, put a drop of purification in there to help with the smell, put a drop of abundance, and every single day you will be flooded with abundance. And it's an incredible thing. So I love everything, but right now these are like my favorite go-to products. So I hope you guys learned something, and I hope that inspired you. I would really encourage you to get to a class if you've got somebody near you that's doing one, or to host one yourself. It is the best way to introduce products that are healthy and life-changing to the people that you love. There's nothing better than changing somebody's life or helping them with something so simple, right? Something so simple. Everybody's got something, and everybody's going to spend their money and buy this product somewhere else. So they might as well buy it through Young Living. They might as well buy it through you. And then potentially you could pay for your product, or you can even take it to the next level like Rebecca and I do. And we actually are blessing our families and other families with, sharing these products and changing lives. Every day I am so grateful for that opportunity, and this is a product I will have in my life for the rest of my life, and it's helped mend relationships with friends, with family. It's brought community of people closer together, and I just love all the abundance, wellness, and it gives me a purpose. Every single day it gives me a purpose. I love sharing and helping people, so it's an amazing gift. So I'm sure you guys feel the same way. But thank you so much for coming on and listening, those of you that are on live. Valerie, Tanya, I see Rebecca's on here. I can't say this name. Demetra, is that right? I love your name. I hope I'm saying it. Spanos, that's a beautiful name. But yeah, I just want to, again, thanks from the bottom of my heart and the tips of my toes for being here. Susan's on, Darlene, Juliana, Margot, Elia, Jacqueline, Brianne, Joanne, Ruth, Candace. So you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to listen. I'd love your feedback below. So if you want to watch this again later, or tag your friends on it so that they can watch it, that'd be great. And you can follow me on Facebook. I tagged my Facebook, if you go up above in the comment section there, or my description, I put my Facebook page there. So I would love for you to go and like that page. I do a lot of information on there. So sharing is caring, right? We can all learn from each other. You can also watch me me on YouTube. My husband and I have this show that we do, and it's called People, Places, and Things, where we basically just talk about whatever we want, but it's pretty cool to hear his side on a lot of things. And I also have a blog at www.jenniferlopezdorsey.com, and I'm on Instagram at Jennifer Lopez Dorsey, so you can follow me on all their stuff. Feel free to send me a friend request, and if you ever see me at an event or out somewhere, please come over and say hello and introduce yourself. I would love to meet as many of you as I can. And that's it. So thanks so much, and thanks Rebecca so much for having me in your group. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys had a great time. I know I did, and maybe I'll be back. I'll see you soon.